Did you know that one of the Avengers was played by 3 different actors across the MCU? It's true, and it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Marvel's casting carousel. Welcome, Hero Junkies. Here are the 15 most significant recastings in Marvel. Iron Man, the Hulk, Fandel, Howard Stark, Red Skull, Thanos, Cassie Lang, Iron Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Black Widow, Drax, Thunderbolt Ross, Iron Man. When Iron Man came out in 2008, Terrence Howard played James Rhodes, Tony Stark's military liaison, with a lot of charm and weight. Fans were shocked to learn that Don Cheadle would be playing the part in Iron Man 2. There were rumors going around behind the scenes about pay disputes and creative differences. The Rhodes played by Cheadle was very different. He was more confident and had a sharper sense of humor. Some fans were skeptical at first, but they quickly changed their minds when they saw how well Cheadle and Robert Downey Jr. got along. As War Machine, he became an important member of the Avengers, giving them both firepower and much-needed reality checks.
You have a big gun, you are not the big gun.
Over time, Cheadle's performance grew as he showed Rhodes duty, loyalty, and the cost of being a hero. It was clear that Cheadle had made the role his own when the line,
"Boom, you looking for this?"
became a fan favorite. Before we move on, please take a second to like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more content like this. Thanks for the support. Now, back to the video. The Hulk. If you love Hulk, then you know in 2008's The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton played Bruce Banner as a troubled man deeply affected by his other side. But behind the scenes, there were disagreements with the actor. By the time The Avengers came out, fans were surprised to see Mark Ruffalo take over the role. Marvel said they needed someone who fit better with the team's creative and collaborative style. Ruffalo's version of Banner was very different. While Norton made him serious and haunted, Ruffalo added humor and a more relatable, vulnerable side. This change helped the Hulk fit into the Avengers and become a fan favorite. And Marvel might be eyeing a new Hulk in the near future, with Logan Kim's name floating around as a possible choice for the next phase. Could Kim bring yet another fresh take to the character? Or is this just another wild rumor? Fandel. Asgard was getting ready for another Marvel recasting as Ruffalo's Hulk won over fans. Whose move from the page to the screen was marked by an unexpected return to form, an interruption from a fairy tale, and a conflict in a TV show? One of Thor Warriors 3, Fandel is introduced, and the story of how he was casted is one of the most complicated in comic book plots. It was originally planned for Zachary Levi to play the handsome swordsman in Kenneth Branagh's Thor, but fate had other plans. Levi had to quit because he owed Chuck money, so Josh Dallas took over the blonde wig and swashbuckling attitude. The story got more complicated after Thor: The Dark World came out. Dallas had further problems with his schedule because of his important part in Once Upon a Time. Finally, Levi could play the part he was meant to play from the start in a twist of fate that fit the God of Mischief. Even though there was a lot of casting switch-arounds, Fandel didn't have a lot of screen time in the Thor movies. In Thor Ragnarok, Fandel and the other Warriors 3 were quickly killed off, which let down fans who were hoping for more drama. Different people had different reactions to this sudden departure. Many people thought that the character's full potential had not been realized. Howard Stark. The story started with Gerald Sanders' brief appearance in Iron Man. Sanders created a character that would become more important even though they didn't really have any lines or were only on screen for a short time. When John Slattery plays Tony Stark's father in Iron Man 2, he brings both charm and depth to the role. Howard was shown by Slattery to be a flawed genius, which mirrors his son's own problems and set the emotional tone for their relationship. It wasn't over yet, though. To show Howard's early life, they hired Dominic Cooper, who was in Captain America: The First Avenger and Agent Carter. Cooper's younger, more idealistic Howard showed us the man before he turned into the distant dad Tony didn't like. This approach of using different generations let Marvel paint a complex picture of Howard Stark, showing how time and life changed him into the person we met through Tony's memories. Red Skull. Captain America: The First Avenger got Hugo Weaving's Red Skull, which will always be remembered in the MCU. When he disappeared into space with the Tesseract, his scary performance as the Nazi super soldier seemed to end. But in Avengers Infinity War, Red Skull shocked everyone by coming back as the ghostly guardian of the Soul Stone on Vormir. It wasn't weaving, though, behind the ghostly face. The actor said he wasn't interested in big blockbusters, so Marvel had to find a new actor to play the fallen villain. Ross Moran comes in. He is famous for being a great voice actor and impersonator. Fans and critics alike were impressed by Moran's ability to play Weaving's scary tone while giving Red Skull a new ethereal feel.
The stone, you must lose that which you love.
Thanos. The new role that Moran gave to Red Skull was only the beginning. Marvel was quietly getting ready to reveal a character that would change the way bad guys are portrayed in movies. How did a short role by an unknown actor turn into one of the most intriguing and complex bad guys in movie history? Here comes Damien Portier, the man in the purple mask in the scene after the credits for the Avengers. He was only Thanos for a few seconds, but that appearance set the stage for one of the most ambitious character arcs in the MCU. When Josh Brolin took over the part in Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos became more than just a threat that was always there. Motion capture technology was used a lot in Brolin's performance, which let the actor's subtle facial expressions show through the CGI. This gave Thanos a level of depth and complexity that isn't often seen in bad guys from superhero stories. Brolin really got into Thanos' mind and made him seem not like a bad guy with a mustache, but like a tragic figure who is sure that his cause is right. Cassie Lang. Abby Ryder Fortson first brought Cassie Lang to life in the Ant-Man films, winning hearts with her portrayal of Scott Lang's precarious daughter. But when Avengers Endgame hit screens, audiences were taken aback to see Emma Fuhrman as the teenage Cassie, reflecting the 5-year time jump. Just as fans were adjusting to this older version, Marvel threw another curveball, recasting Katherine Newton as Cassie for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This triple recasting sparked intense speculation among fans. Some theorized it reflected Cassie's unstable exposure to Pym particles, while others saw it as a sign of the character's growing importance in the MCU. Newton's rising star status clearly suggested that Marvel had big plans for Cassie. Iron Man. Enter Mick Wingert, a veteran voice actor who had been voicing Tony Stark in various Marvel animated projects for years.
I've been worse. You become a problem.
When What If needed someone to fill RDJ's iron boots, Wingert was the natural choice. His familiarity with the character allowed for a seamless transition that impressed both fans and critics alike. Wingert's performance struck a delicate balance between homage and originality. He captured the original essence of Downey Jr.'s iconic delivery, the quick wit, the touch of arrogance, the hidden vulnerability, while adding his own subtle nuances. This approach allowed longtime fans to feel at home with the character while giving Wingert room to make the role his own. Captain America. But Tony Stark wasn't the only Avenger who got a new look. Fans would gasp when they saw the version of Steve Rogers that Marvel was working on. How do you show what Chris Evans' Captain America is like without the muscles? Here comes Josh Keaton, who voices Skinny Steve in What If.
Bucky. It's a buddy of mine from Brooklyn. He just deployed with the one.
This version of Rogers before the serum created a unique challenge: how to show the hero's unwavering spirit without his physical strength. Keaton chose to focus on Steve's drive and sense of right and wrong, which were important parts of the character long before he became Captain America. The decision to feature Skinny Steve allowed the show to explore an often overlooked aspect of Rogers' journey. It reminded viewers that the true strength of Captain America lies not in his muscles, but in his heart. Keaton's performance struck a delicate balance, channeling Evans' earnestness while adding a touch of vulnerability that comes with being the underdog. Captain Marvel. In comes Alexandria Daniels, who played Carol Danvers in the animated show while doing voice work.
Robot movie, and I gotta say, I really don't think.
Even though Marvel hasn't said why Larson isn't in the movie, it's common for busy A-list actors to take time off for animated projects. Daniels gave the role a new spin. Her voice has a significantly different energy than Larson's strong and confident Captain Marvel. Fans saw the change right away. Some people agreed with Daniels' interpretation and liked how she brought out the different sides of Carol's personality. Others missed Larson's familiar voice, which shows how hard it is to play a character that is so well known and loved. Even though there were mixed reactions, Daniels' performance made Captain Marvel soar through new animated adventures that explored different worlds and increased the character's potential. Spider-Man. Hudson Thames is the voice actor who will bring Spider-Man to life in the animated show.
Relax, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Marvel wouldn't say why Holland wasn't there, but people in the industry thought it might have something to do with scheduling or a contract dispute. Thames, who is also known for his work on The Lion Guard, gave Peter Parker new energy while keeping the character's enthusiasm for life. Thames and Holland have small differences in how they do things. Thames was able to capture Peter's quick wit and energy, but some fans noticed that the character's voice changed a little. People had a range of reactions to the new cast. Devoted Holland fans were upset, while others liked Thames' performance as the web-slinger. Black Widow. As Natasha Romanoff's replacement for What If, Lake Bell did the voice work. A lot of people didn't even know Johansson wasn't behind the mic because Bell's performance was so good. It wasn't just a coincidence that these two characters looked so much alike. It was the result of careful casting and Bell's great voice acting skills.
Ugh, you guys are no fun. Here.
Bell played the part with a careful balance of copying and interpreting. She studied Johansson's rhythm and tone to get a sense of Black Widow's sarcasm and tough guy attitude. On the other hand, Bell gave the character little touches that made the performance her own. This way of doing things kept the transition smooth and kept the character's storyline in the MCU. Drax. Dave Bautista's portrayal of Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy had become iconic, with his deadpan delivery and impressive physique winning over fans worldwide. So when What If was announced, many assumed Bautista would reprise his role. However, the actor revealed he wasn't even invited to voice Drax, expressing his disappointment publicly. "I just don't understand why they wouldn't want me to do it," Bautista said. "I mean, I'm Drax. I'm the one who brought him to life." In Bautista's place, veteran voice actor Fred Tatasciore took over the role of Drax. Known for his versatility, Tatasciore had previously voiced characters in other Marvel animated projects. While he captured Drax's literal mindedness, some fans felt the character lost a bit of its unique charm without Bautista's particular inflections and timing. Thunderbolt Ross. William Hurt's portrayal of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross was a constant presence in the MCU since 2008's The Incredible Hulk. His gruff demeanor and complex relationship with the heroes made him a fan favorite. However, Hurt's passing in March of 2022 left Marvel with a difficult decision. The studio chose to continue Ross's story, casting none other than Harrison Ford to take up the mantle. This high-profile recasting sparked intense debate amongst fans. Many were thrilled to see Ford join the MCU, bringing his gravitas and star power to the role. Others wondered how his interpretation might differ from Hurt's. Would Ford's Ross be more sympathetic, more antagonistic? The possibilities are endless, and speculation runs wild about how this change might impact future storylines. And there you have it. As we've seen, Marvel's revolving door of actors has kept fans on their toes. From War Machine to Thunderbolt Ross, these recastings have shaped the MCU in unexpected ways. Some changes were seamless, while others sparked debate. But throughout it all, fans have shown a remarkable ability to adapt, embracing new faces and voices in familiar roles. Looking ahead, it's clear that recasting will remain a tool in Marvel's arsenal. As the MCU expands into new realities and timelines, as the actors the community has grown to love, they will age out. We will be forced to recast some of the biggest roles known to MCU, and that will be the ultimate test to see how loyal fans will be to the superhero genre. In the ever-evolving world of superheroes, change is the only constant. Speaking of the superhero genre, if you're interested in the two highest paid R-rated superhero movies, go check out this video right here.